Shamps and Giggles. History, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective. Shamps and Giggles back for 2024. Oh my lord.
Okay, welcome back to Shamps and Giggles. Thank you very much for your listening ears. We're talking to things. You know what it's like with Shamps and Giggles. We are so up to date with items that's going on in the news, and we want to bring it to our listeners each and every Friday. Joining our mission statement again, I'm going to read it out. Shamps and Giggles are an avid supporters of our community, its business, and its entertainers. And with that, we're building the infrastructure for us to all thrive. And we talk the things. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch us Shamps and Giggles on TikTok. So that's Shamps, CHAMPS, and AND, Giggles, GIGGLES. Okay, so check us out on Instagram. Join our Facebook page. Join our Instagram. Come on, we're there. And the radio stations, we've got so many radio stations that we're on every single day. Okay, and that's Black Culture Radio, and that's the W dots, and blackcultureradio.com. We're on rhythmconnectionradio.com. We're on rocksolidfm.co.uk, and slamradio.com.uk. And, you know, so, and these ones are going from Monday all the way to Sunday. So please, everybody, if you can't get onto us on radio, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're on it all. Okay. And if you want to write in and for us to bring any of your issues to the platform and to the wider world and the wider good of people, email us or check us out on www.shampsandgiggles.co.uk. All right. And yeah, please do. So please come in and link in with us. All right. Our email, if you want to write in and any of your pasa, if you want to call it that, we'll air it, help you out. Any issues that you're in or things that you want us to discuss, shampsandgiggles@gmail.com. All right. So thank you very much. And I'll keep repeating that throughout the show. So listen, we're going to go in with our second section now. Condolences. On the news, sad. There was a young boy, 14 years old. So he's a really young lad, 14 years old. His name was Daniel Halliday, and he lived in the Merseyside area, which is Liverpool. He was on the beach, at Crosby Beach, with his older brother, just jumping waves, you know, like the waves are coming in, you're jumping up, having the fun, you know, the waves are coming in, you jump in, you wait, you breathe and you get another wave coming in, you jump in and having fun. Unfortunately, while he was jumping, Daniel, the wave took him out, and his brother couldn't believe the way that the wave just took him out. And the way it took him out, he didn't surface. And Daniel went missing in the sea on 30th of June. He's been missing since 30th of June, and his body has only been found just a few days ago. So our condolences from Shamps and Giggles goes out to the Halliday family. It's really sad and upsetting that you're playing with your brother, having fun at a beach, and the unfortunate happened of a wave took him out. The undercurrents of these rivers and seas are so bad. We need to make sure that our kids understands that. They need to understand that when they're thinking that they can go and cool off or have fun in these seas and rivers, the undercurrent is what's getting us and getting you. So humble condolences going out to the family for a 14-year-old Daniel. The other ones that we're hearing in the news recently, which is equally, oh my goodness, the three family members who got seriously injured and impaled with a crossbow I cannot fathom that one out. I really can't. And I don't even want to mention that word, but yeah, they did get murdered. But and that's a trigger warning for anyone that's listening. It was on the news, and it was a boyfriend or a partner, and the gentleman that some of us will know, because most of us are sports fans, and we would have heard the wife, Mrs. Hunt. Her husband's name is John Hunt, and he's the famous radio presenter in sports, in the sports arena, on especially the horse racing, and on Radio 5, the live Radio 5s, and he would have commentated on loads, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of horse racing and sports shows. So it was his wife and the two daughters that that got killed by the partner of the daughter. And I understand, rumor has it that they were breaking up. But can you imagine getting a crossbow fired at you and killing them? It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. And this is in Hertfordshire, and he then goes back to probably where he lives, and he's based in Enfield, and I understand the police arrested him, but he's in a serious condition at this moment in time. Nobody knows what happened, how he got the infliction of the wound that he's got, but the news has it, and it's reported that he's in a serious condition in hospital. And it's not because of the police. The police didn't actually touch him. When they got to the address, he was already at that condition. So yeah, heartfelt condolences goes out from the Shamps and Giggles to the community and to the Hartman family. And it especially goes out to John Hunt and his surviving daughter, who doesn't live there, but lives somewhere else in the UK. So yeah, really, really sad, really sad news to hear about that. And the third one is what's coming out now, is 2 bodies in a suitcase that was on Bristol Bridge. And it's been reported that the black gentleman who has been videoed, or not videoed, been pictured all over the media, is that's who the police are hunting. They haven't said the individual's name. They haven't made any references to the bodies in the 2 suitcases. This gentleman's on the run. So listeners and our members who's on this panel here, please be wary, please be on the lookout, but please keep safe, and don't approach him whatsoever. Okay, you'll see his face. He's black. He had a hat on. Please don't approach him. Just dial 999. Miss Leisha, you got your hands up. Go ahead.
I just want to intercept what you said. You said, don't approach him, he's a black man. Like, don't say that.
It's too late. I've already said it. This gentleman, don't approach him. Okay, his face is readily on social media. Don't approach him. He is of a black appearance.
He's an
dial 999.
IC3, as they call him, but he is. Yeah, there's pictures of him all over the internet, on the BBC, so you can see him. He's got a beard and moustache, and he's got a cap on and dressed all in black. It's really bizarre that this has happened. I mean, what's going on nowadays? Bodies in suitcases.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't fathom. So, but I understand the reports now with the updates that's coming through the news, is that they believe that this gentleman is from the Shepherd's Bush area. They've sealed off a road in West London, which is Shepherd's Bush, and the road, and it's on the news, it's been all on the news today, is Scott's Road in West London, just off of Shepherd's Bush. They believe that that's where he originated from. They can't guarantee that's where the killing happened, but their bodies had been dismembered because it's in 2 suitcases. Yes, go ahead, Miss Leisha.
This might be gang related.
Yes, all of that, gang related, drug related. They haven't put out any reports, but yeah, it does make your mind wonder. 2 people was able to be killed, and the bodies have been put into a suitcase. So you would, of that mindset, think it could be gang or drug related. But yeah, it's very, very upsetting. So please be mindful, and that's the other one that I wanted to say. There been another one that one of my members have just highlighted to me, and I heard something about that. Okay, go on, Spice, and then we'll see if it tags on. Go ahead, Spice.
I don't think it is gang related.
You don't think so?
No, because why would you get in a taxi, travel to Bristol, and in 2 suitcases? Come on now, we don't do that. I think it's something more. I think it maybe, I don't know, it could be a family member, it could be a partner. We don't know who these people are that are in the suitcase.
Yeah, but it's
I just think it's a little bit odd. If it's gang related, they're just going to dump the body somewhere. They're not going to travel
London.
across, yeah, put it in a suitcase, dismember it or whatever, and walk across it on a public bridge. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah. Go ahead, Miss Leisha.
Probably I've watched too many films, but you know when, and you know, he might have taken that body as a warning, possibly. I don't know.
Oh, to that area.
Possibly, like moved it like far away from them, like completely had taken the body, or taken to somebody who needs to see the body to confirm the person has been dismembered. And it's really sad that we're talking like this, because obviously that's that family member.
Yes.
Family members would be seeing this in the press.
Yes.
It makes sense to me that they would. There's no way to hide it in Shepherd's Bush, is there? So to get rid of it as far as possible and use a taxi, I mean, nobody's going to think anything. You've got a suitcase, and you're taking something in a suitcase to another part of the country.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, but why would you take a suitcase to a bridge? Wouldn't you take a suitcase to a forest? Why would you take it to a bridge where there's tourists and other people floating up and down? Doesn't make no sense to me. Unless he's got unless he's got mental health issues, or he's, you know, someone's holding his family and saying, if you don't do this, we're going to kill your family. I'm kind of like, it doesn't make no sense to me why you would take 2 suitcases on a public bridge when you could go to a forest.
Yeah. And the thing
of him is at night. It's not during the day, it's at night. So obviously he was gonna, whatever he's gonna do, whether he took to the bridge or not, somewhere along that bridge, or he's gonna discard of those bodies.
But it wasn't that late at night, because there was staff, that it was the staff members of that bridge, Bristol Bridge, that approached him. They approached him.
Images are at night, though. If you
it was, and the thing is that we have to remember, there is no, and I'm saying this because I'm in that sort of field, there is no taxi, minicab, black cab will drive from London, West London, all the way to Bristol. No one. So what this gentleman, I believe, did, he managed to get those 2 suitcases on a train or a coach and gone all the way to Bristol and got a cab from either Bristol station and asked him to go towards there. There is no way on earth any black cab or Uber or anyone will go from here to Bristol. Go ahead.
Listening to the conversation.
Yes.
Man with 2 cases.
Yes.
No taxi or Uber's going to take him to Bristol. Potentially 2 bodies in there.
Yes.
My understanding is this. That's going to smell horrible. Why wasn't that picked up?
Well, it's wrapped in a plastic bag.
And why was it not dripping with blood? Those bodies are
I'm not
probably
even-
old. Those bodies are probably old as well. Probably been in a deep freeze. He's taken them out the deep freeze. He's put them in
Right.
He's put them in there. There's no smell. You know, there's 101 questions really.
Mm. I
Very,
mean, I'm no forensic scientist, but these things, the red flags are just going.
yes,
Hold on a
yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Even if it was frozen, those things would be. Sorry, no disrespect to the deceased. That would be heavy.
Very, very heavy.
Do we know if they're adult bodies? Do we know they're child
No.
bodies? We don't know.
No,
That's another
they've
thing.
not
Could be
released.
babies. We don't know.
No, they've not released any information whatsoever yet, but they have said it's 2 bodies. So them saying 2 bodies that means it's definitely 2 different people, because they could have said a body was found in 2 suitcases, meaning
They said it's
there's
two
one part.
men. It's 2 men. They released the information this evening. It's 2 men.
So right. So hence why what Miss Leisha might be saying. Go ahead, Miss
Yeah,
Leisha.
it's 2 men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 men. But the thing is that if we were walking down the street with 2 bags, like 2 suitcases, loads of people do it every single day. Millions of people do it every day. Nobody's going to check. Nobody's going to think, oh, that might be a body in the bag. So I don't think there's anything suspicious about him walking across a bridge with bags. I think it's probably because, from what somebody said, a lady said, oh, it's really heavy suitcase, like 2 bodies in a suitcase, and it must have triggered him or something. I don't know. I haven't really watched the news, but there's nothing unusual about having 2 suitcases.
Yeah, it's just I think it was the way he was acting. It was a bit suspicious that they thought, no, something's not right with him, you know. And I reckon that he was going to try and tip the bodies over into the river. Tell you the truth, if he weren't found, he weren't going to leave it there. I reckon he went to that bridge specifically to tip it in the bridge, tip it into the river. That's what I reckon. And he's just got caught out.
Why would you go to those lengths when you could just go to a forest? I don't get it. Why would you do that? It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Come on now. We as a people, do you know what I mean? If you're going to conceal something, you're not going to go to a public bridge with 2 suitcases that are out the norm. I mean, even if it was 2 rucksacks, it's 2 suitcases.
Yeah.
The fish will eat the body. So if he was going to pull it over, the fish will eat the body, then they wouldn't be able to identify.
No, he was going to dump it into he would have dumped the suitcases with it. He wouldn't have tipped it out. He would have left the suitcases.
He would have just threw the whole case
Yeah,
over.
just throw it over. But very, very sad.
Another thing is that if you went to a forest somewhere, all of the evidence will be on his clothes, on his shoes, in his hair, etc. So he probably thought, no, I'm not going to go and bury it because it'll be on me, all the evidence. I'm dump the bodies. It's so sad. I don't even know. We shouldn't really be speaking like this, but yeah.
No, it's current. And you know what I mean? The listeners, they've all heard it, seen it. They're all thinking, what's going on? And we're just voicing our opinions. And hopefully they'll find a way of putting the family at peace, because we don't know. Well, we haven't heard if anyone's put a missing report. Missing report goes over missing people all the time. But at this moment in time, there has been no release of they know who it is yet. So, but we'll watch this space and we'll definitely report on it again to see. But he won't get very far. He won't get far. He won't get far at all. Miss Leisha, is your hand up again?
One more thing, just
Go
read.
ahead.
They're saying that in the news that a separate crime scene is in place in Shepherd's Bush. So it seems like there's a link to Shepherd's Bush and these bodies.
Okay, so it could be that's where he done the murders.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay. So they've got it. That means that they've got it cordoned off, and yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, that's concluding my condolence section. And from Shamps and Giggles, as usual, we send our condolences out to the families, and especially the ones that unknown at the moment, but for all of them. So that's our condolence, and thank you very much, and one and all, for your your thoughts and prayers. Yeah. Yeah. So yes, my next section is going out now to the congratulatory one. So hopefully we'll have a few people that's seen it, heard it, and want to congratulate. And my first one is going out to Shirley Bassey, who well, let's get it right, ladies and gentlemen. Dame Shirley Bassey. Yeah, so Dame Shirley Bassey received one of the highest honors that could be bestowed on a dame. She got honored by the king, and as a lot of us know, the king does like Shirley Bassey because Shirley Bassey's been in and out of the royal life for many years, singing and so on. And yeah, and it was very, very good that the king honored Shirley Bassey in a way that he's given her. She's now got an honor, and the honor that she's got is a companion of honor. That's the honor that she got, and it's one of the highest that you can get. Very, 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 very. There's only a unique, and I say, there's a very small amount of people that have that honor, and Dame Shirley Bassey received it just recently. So yeah, very good, and you know, and she looks very well for her age as well. She looks very, very well. You know, I think they're saying, yeah, she's had 70 years of glamorous moments. She mentions. You know, so yeah, Shirley Bassey and King Charles go back way ways, but congratulations to her. Miss Leisha, go ahead.
65 members.
Is that all?
65 for all the
Yeah.
Unions of Honour. There were originally 18 appointments made in 1917 connected to the war effort,
Mm.
and the order is now restricted to 65 members across the Commonwealth, along
Wow.
with members in addition to the 65. So yeah.
Wow. And she only and she only got her dameship or dame honor in 1999. So yeah, niche. I like that word. Yeah, niche market, niche section of people. And yes, congratulate Shirley Bassey. And she's 87 and she still looks very well. So yeah, so we wanted to congratulate Shirley Bassey. So listeners, check it out on the news. Shirley Bassey, one of the greatest, and she's Welsh as well. So she follows, yeah, and she's even recognized even higher than Sir Tom Jones. So you know, so brilliant. Well done to her. Absolutely well done to her, and being Welsh as well. And the other congratulatory one I wanted to bring to the table was I think the gentleman is 72 years old, and we brought this to everybody before about he's from Ghana and he wanted to get a passport, and he was told that he wasn't a British citizen and he would have to pay out thousands and thousands of pounds to sit on a register and wait his turn from the immigration office, the Home Office, to look into his case. But just the other day, I think it was yesterday or Monday, they've announced Nelson Shardy. Okay, so Nelson Shardy, it was announced that the Home Office has recognized that he is a British citizen, and they've awarded him his documentation and his certificate for him to now process and get his passport and that in order. So yeah, so just going out. Did anyone else see it? They know about it? Anyone else see it? No? Oh, go ahead, Miss Leisha. You're on mute. I saw your hand go up.
Sorry, I was talking, didn't realise I was off on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it when we was talking earlier on. Very good news, I would say. Very, very good news. He raised, or the fundraiser that they had for 50, they raised £50,000 for legal battle for the court case to take place later on this year in autumn, which they didn't need to use. But it's good that I really didn't think at the time we spoke about it earlier on this year that he was going to be moved out of the country by the system. I had faith that they were actually going to give him his stay because he's been there for so long.
Yeah.
So we discussed that they had the public gaze on him.
Yeah. Very true.
Was there watching what was going on. So yeah, good for him and his family. I
Yep.
think, however, I'm going to add a little caveat on
Yeah.
him. Controversial. Question is always been on my mind is why didn't he get his stay sorted out earlier?
Yeah. True.
Twice he has children, and he never sorted it out beforehand. And that's the problem, you see. Back then, is that people of African and Caribbean descent and other people from other parts of the world did not sort out their stay, thinking that they could be here and not be found out eventually.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
yeah, you're right. 75, yeah, 50,000. Yeah, he's had his own newspaper shop and all sorts. Yeah, living in the country. I'm just showing listeners, you can't see it, but I'm showing a newspaper article that was in the Guardian about the Home Office U-turn grants Wirrell's legend right to live in the UK after 46 years. And that's in the newspaper from Nilsson Sade. So yeah, it does. You do think and you do wonder why didn't he? But as we did report on him before, he came on a student visa. So that could have been the reason why he overstayed his welcome and or didn't realise, one of the two. Yeah, he's got it now, and yeah, he's thankful for it. Yeah, so very, very strange one. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, we're going to go to break, and we'll be back on the other side with some more important and congratulatory news. Thank you.